Hello.
Hello. How
How
are you?
you doing? Can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah. Yep. Doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing pretty well for an old guy.
I was up early this morning. Took my mom to an eye doctor appointment. She had uh she had a cataract lens put in or
Oh,
replaced.
so they did it this morning?
Nope, they actually did it yesterday. It was a follow-up just so they can make sure that everything was fine.
Yeah,
And
I've had that done on both eyes. I was really nervous about it on the first eye, and it was a piece of cake, I gotta tell you.
that's what she said. She said that she woke up, that they knocked her out and she woke up. She saw them doing something and she went back to sleep. She asked them a couple of questions or whatever and went back to sleep. So, um,
I wasn't I wasn't knocked out. I was just they anesthetized the area
mhm.
around the eye, but I was awake the whole time, and as I said, I was really nervous about it on the first eye, and then I think it was about a year and a half apart between the two eyes, and it frankly it has made a tremendous difference,
So what
particularly for things like night driving and so forth and so on.
that's what she said. She said, they when they did the eye test this morning, she had 20/25. So
Yeah,
the eye had corrected better than her original eye. And and she said it's amazing you can actually see stuff. And I'm like,
yep,
yeah, that
that's the
that happens.
that's the purpose. By the way, speaking of medical issues, have you heard from Jim?
I have not. And I don't know. I really don't. I mean, the last time, when he had his stroke, it was probably a good 3 weeks before I heard anything from him. Um, we're pretty low on the totem pole when something like that happens.
Well,
So,
yeah, of course.
um,
That's inevitable.
so I don't know. I've tried to get a hold of him, but so far, nothing. So I don't
Well,
know. I really don't know.
so do so you have the contact information for his significant other?
Not really, but I know where they live. I could drive over there and see.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the last time this, uh, you know, Gail finally, um, she got on his email or she got on his phone or something. She texted me, said that it was Gail, and told me what was going on.
Okay.
I mean, I think she knows how to get a hold of me, but I don't really know how to get a hold of her, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Um, because it was all done through Jim's stuff when
Okay.
when I finally found out what was going on. So hopefully they're just on vacation and just forgot to tell somebody.
Okay.
I mean, that's the best case scenario, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, I know she does that speed walking business, and they travel around the country somewhat. When she does that,
yeah,
but usually Jim tells us if he's not going to be around. So,
yeah, I
so
yeah it yeah. I think the last time when he had his stroke, I had texted him or something and said, "Hey, what about the meeting?" And nothing, which is pretty
Mhm.
much what has happened now. So I'm hoping for the best, but kind
Yep,
of expecting the worst. Um, you never know. You never know what happened.
that's
But,
true.
so
So, okay. Well, I see you have the same background that you had last week.
yeah, I got a little bit of a late start. I didn't change it.
So where do you get these backgrounds anyway?
Um, a lot of times I just Google backgrounds.
Okay.
And some of these are probably copyrighted. Some of them I'm probably not really supposed to be using. But, but C57D from Forbidden Planet.
I uh Monday evening, Christmas evening, we had a family Zoom, and it suddenly occurred to me that my daughter's background was a video.
Ah,
And yeah, I was so flabbergasted about it. I didn't even ask her, how did you do that? So uh, she's kind of busy during the week, so I won't bother her. But this weekend, I will say, hey, what's the magic you're using?
ah, OBS Studio. When we were using OBS Studio years ago at the before COVID and everything, it would let you do um backgrounds that were videos.
Now,
But
OBS Studio is a competitor to Zoom or what?
no. OBS Studio is an actual it's a video editing suite. Um and so you remember years ago we weren't doing Zoom when we were streaming directly to YouTube,
Yeah.
and OBS Studio is what we were using to stream directly to YouTube.
Oh, so you didn't have to separately upload it or anything like that.
Right. It saved it to the hard drive and uploaded it at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So that's why sometimes there would be glitches or weird things were that happen. Not that glitches are gone completely. I mean,
Yeah, well,
but I can if something like last week when we did the little demos that we had, I could
yeah.
take this video and actually edit it now and separate that out. And if I wanted to just upload just that demo, then I could. Um,
Okay.
which um, OBS Studio made it a little harder to do that. So it just you set up it's like an actual like a one-man director kind of deal. You set up like the scenes that you want
Mm-hmm.
first, and you put, you know, a video block or um, something. If you have a green screen behind you, you you can chroma key certain things. Um, and it worked pretty well. But it kind of was a pain to set up because I mean, you had to know how many scenes you were going to have and what you wanted to do. Which was easy enough for the meeting because there was basically look at the whole place, look at the audience, and look at the desktop. So,
Mhm.
3 scenes kind of deal. But yeah, OBS Studio is really good for what it is, for what it does. Zoom's kind of better for what we're doing, I think. Just because, um, well, anybody can use Zoom, really. We don't really have a whole lot of problem with Zoom.
Now, Zoom is pretty user friendly, and they do updates every couple of months or so. So they're obviously improving it and so forth and so on.
Well, are they though? AI companions and whatever.
Yeah,
Is that an improvement?
yeah. Well, they're
Yeah, they're
this
they're
week.
working on it.
This week I have an upgrade from last week.
Yeah.
I don't see any new features, but sometimes you have to hunt around for features.
I didn't read the release notes today. I just upgraded. Sometimes they find like bugs
Yeah.
from one version to the next and they just fix the bugs. So since it came out relatively quickly, I had upgraded last week and I upgraded today. So I'm figuring last week's version had a few bugs that they didn't catch, and this week's version is an attempt to fix that. But oh look, in my cursor's right there. Right in my screenshot. See, I screenshotted that one. I didn't realize the cursor was right above the rocks and right under the ship over on my right hand side.
Oh, okay.
I can kind of sort of point.
Yeah, I can see it. It's like a little tiny star.
There we go.
Yeah, you're eclipsing it now.
Hang on, let's see. Yes, can I help you? Herb, what's wrong?
We need the little piece out of the headset. She pulled it completely. So you don't turn it off. Turn it off.
Hey, hang on. Go get me my pliers.
Sorry, guys.
What happened? You gotta.
Which ones?
The needle nose are in the first drawer. She somehow or another she knocked the USB-C port off of the Oculus and it's stuck inside the Oculus.
Okay.
She's upset.
That cable is gone. You cannot put that back. So throw that cable away.
Throw that away too. What?
So what happened? The connector came off the end of the cable.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She hang on. Don't let her stretch them out anymore because that's what happened. She was playing with it while it was trying to charge.
Her to be careful not to. She gets jumping.
I know
around.
she was playing with it while it was trying to charge. Don't let her do that. Okay, yeah. So she's got an Oculus headset. She got a brand new one for Christmas. This is her old one, and they only last a couple hours on charge. So she plugs it in and she continues to play with it while it's charging. And while she's spinning and twirling and doing all the stuff, she's wrapping herself in the cord. And my guess is she got too rambunctious and stretched the cord too tight, pulled the end out.
So these aren't wireless, they're wired.
No, that they are wireless. They have a battery, but the battery only lasts a couple hours.
So you have to charge periodically. Okay.
Yes. And like I said, my guess is she wound herself up. I've seen her do it a couple of times. She needs to either sit still or whatever, but she likes playing these games where she's running and goofing off. And
So is the battery replaceable?
I honestly don't know.
I just wondered if you could swap in a larger battery. I assume they're lithium ion or something of that sort.
I am sure that well, replaceable is bad. That's a bad term. Easily replaceable. No, it is not easily replaceable.
So it's major surgery to replace it.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure I could replace it, but no. That's probably not going to happen. But
Well, it's nice to have that sort of thing be kind of mobile, so that particularly if kids are going to play with it. So
well, the downfall is they want to play. She's got friends on there that she plays with, and they want to play, and they want to, especially since they're on holiday break, they want to play, and they want to play forever, and getting them off of it, getting them to stop, that
yeah.
seems like the challenge. But yeah, she's a good kid. She the she got another one for Christmas, which we were not expecting. Santa actually brought her a brand new one, which was surprising. And
How expensive are those things?
300-ish.
Ooh, wow. Okay. So this is not a inexpensive Christmas present, huh?
This was a surprising Christmas present. This was okay. We're not expecting this.
Yeah.
So now she's got two of them, which if she can learn to keep one charged and one that she can play with, and then flip them around, she'll be all right.
How long does it take to charge them?
Longer than they last. When I was playing with the one that I had, it was 4 or 5 hours to get to full charge.
So in order to do this swapping thing, you'd have to have 3 or 4 of them then.
Well, yeah, but I was going to say I wasn't using a high amp charger either. I was using my phone charger, and I think the charger that actually comes with it is a high amp charger, so it should charge faster. Because I had bought it used, and they never gave me the right charger, so I just used the charger I had. And my phone charger, I think it's 6 amp I think it's a 6 amp charger, which wasn't fast enough to actually charge it. It was
They-
good enough to
oh,
charge
these
it, but
are- These are all 5-volt chargers, I assume, right?
yeah,
The USB-Cs or micro USBs?
that's a USB-C.
Okay.
So the charger that came with it might actually be, more like a laptop charger.
Okay.
Um, my laptop charges pretty fast with USB-C, but if I plug it into the phone charger, it doesn't do anything at all. It doesn't want to charge it at
Well,
all.
the phone charger is probably 1.5 amp or maybe 2.
So, yeah. Looks like maybe Steve's here somewhere.
Yo, Steve, how you doing?
Oh, well, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
We just
So-
we just performed live surgery on an Oculus.
Oh, cool.
No,
No.
Turns out not so.
the
Patient
kid
didn't survive.
Oops.
the kid she knocked the USB-C the connector off the cable and had
Yeah,
to
that should be repairable.
get that out.
Um,
No, it's just a cable. She knocked it off the cable, so she just needs a new cable, a new charging cable. Uh-oh, puppies.
Yeah. She's exploring my bag because there's cheese in there.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. She's a cheese dog, is she?
Cheese, steak, pork. She's
Whatever we can eat.
yeah.
She's an omnivore.
She is much better fed than many people on this planet.
Yeah.
So are you just home from work or
Yeah.
or did you work from
Actually,
home?
no. I work today, but I've got Friday and Monday off. So 4-day weekend. Yay. And we had a 4-day weekend for Christmas too. So, and I
Oh,
took
that's nice.
I think I took Tuesday as well. And I worked a half day Wednesday. So
So basically, he was on vacation.
in reality, I did about 30 minutes work this week.
I
Cool.
went to the bank this morning, because rent's due on the 1st, knowing that the bank would be closed. I was like, I think the bank's closed tomorrow, and somebody went, today's the 29th. Or the 28th. They won't be closed tomorrow. They'll be closed maybe on the 30th and definitely on the 1st. Oh well.
I don't know what my bank's hours are, honestly. Probably ought to find out.
Yeah. So I get over to the bank and there's just a note on the door or a message on the door that says they're closed on the 1st, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm here. I'll do what I needed to do, 'cause I had my days all messed up. I was like, because I was thinking tomorrow. I don't know why I was thinking. I was thinking tomorrow was the holiday.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
Friday.
So
Oh. Work, put my paycheck in. Yay.
yay!
So you have direct deposit set up?
Yes. That was probably in
Yesterday.
since this morning if I had known.
Yeah, a lot of times they get it in half a day early. they get it in before the cutoff, the previous day.
Yeah. My bank does. That's they keep telling me it's a day early, but it's really only 12 hours early, maybe. But Patty Kroger doesn't issue paychecks. Everybody has to have direct deposit.
There was a point in time when Kroger paid cash weekly.
Really?
Out of the cash register.
Boy, that's straight out of the 19th century.
I worked for a mom and pop pizza shop here in Franklin when I was 18, 16, 18. She paid cash every night.
Yeah.
You take cash home. Turns out she was not good with figures, and the IRS finally came after her. So, but
It's one of the reasons I try to pay tips in cash. I figure anybody that does wait work needs to put aside as much as they can.
yeah,
If it's on a credit card, it's way too easy for the IRS to go, yeah, we know what you made.
Well,
Yeah. the
there's also employers that are sometimes less than
Scrupulous.
yeah, scrupulous. I was looking for a polite word for not a crook.
not a crook.
Scrupulous, that's a good choice.
The unfortunate part is I don't carry around a whole lot of cash anymore. I used to.
I my wife periodically gives me cash, usually before we're traveling. And then she'll say, "Are you out of cash yet?" And I say, "Oh, still got the last infusion," because cash is really kind of a pain.
Yeah, cash used to, you had cash, you could do a lot of stuff, but
Well,
now anymore.
now anymore, you can't rent a car, you can't get a motel room. There's a whole bunch of things that
No,
they don't accept cash for, period.
for a while, here at the apartment, they weren't accepting checks. They would only accept online payments.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and uh, they last month before they changed um handlers of whoever was handling the actual money, and now we're back to cashier's checks or check checks.
Cashiers?
Well, I can't, money orders or checks is what they want, and
Mhm.
I can't get a check because I don't have checks, so I have to get a cashier's check.
I have a
So
checking account, but I was amazed how much checks cost.
yeah, I refuse to buy checks, and I don't use them. The one place that I would need a check for would be the apartment,
Yeah.
and it's not worth buying the checks for
I
something that
think
happens once a month.
I think I bought, I don't know, 40 checks or something, and was stunned that they were like 50 cents a piece.
I go to my bank. I say I need a cashier's check for whatever,
Mhm.
however much. They say who do we make it out to, and I tell them, and then they say, here you go, have a good day, and it doesn't cost a dime.
Yeah. I think US Bank gives you 4 a month or something.
Well, like I said, I only have one place that needs it, so
Yeah.
they just take the money right out of the account, and I'm like, that's fine. I don't care.
And the
So-
other side of that, being someone that's dealt with the IRS, it is awfully difficult to hide money when all you use is a credit card. I am seriously considering getting a Costco card. They sell gold bullion
Yes,
at,
they do.
at
Mm.
$5 over cost.
That is, I did not know that.
Yeah, they've been offering they're little, what do you call them, Steve? They're little bars.
That's bullion.
Yeah. I
They
thought
sell
bullion had to be a certain denomination, but in any case,
no
the
that's coin, like a Krugerrand or Krugerrand, or however it's pronounced.
yeah.
They've got 1 ounce bars and I think halves.
I know they have 1 ounce. And,
And what does a 1 ounce bar cost?
Depends
whatever
on what it
whatever
costs
the
right
On
now.
the
current
day?
market is.
On the day? Yeah.
Plus $5.
Well, I figure if you're going to be able to buy gold, you don't really care about the $5.
Well, if you're going to some place that says we buy gold and silver,
Then you
it's
care about the
30%
$5.
over.
I years ago I sold all the gold I had. I don't remember what I got out of it. I know it was better than what I paid for it. But it was I bought a bunch of gold and stuff from auctions. You know, gold jewelry and
Mhm.
gold watches and stuff that other people were looking at me like I was nuts for buying, and I just threw it in a box and let it sit there for a while. I know I did pretty good with it. But I don't really remember what I've ended up getting out of it. I did the same thing with silver. The at one time I knew what to look for the silver. There's a certain mark on the silver that you can look for that they'll tell you what how pure it is. And of course you want the 99.999 silver. But it's in like a hidden mark that silver tip dealers won't tell you what it is. I just sort of happened to stumble on it one day and went, oh, okay. So I knew what to look for. And they apparently, I guess, depending upon the age of the silver, they change the mark every few years, so you get to get confused.
Well, the clad ones don't have any silver in them at all. But the prior to 1964, they had whatever the silver market was.
I'm oh, I'm not talking about coins. Of course, coins are part of that, but the
What'd you spill?
I dropped my thing that
Dropped
I
your.
was getting ready to show off. There it is.
Oh, I thought you dropped your pestle there.
Nope. See if I can get it. My old person grabber. And I have to use a flashlight to see what's underneath my desk. So
I need a flashlight to see what's on top of my desk.
Yeah. Okay.
that was printed with the SLA printer.
Ah,
And I will show you what it is. maybe I'll show you what it is. So one of the M5 stack kits for the Stick C comes with, an actual plastic mount. And they don't sell the mounts by themselves. So that's the one from M5 Stack.
So you
That-
just cloned it?
That's one that I found on Thingiverse that was set up for FDM printing, but it is so delicate and so small. I was like, I printed it with the new printer, and it did not print well. It just didn't print well. So I said, okay, we'll try the other printer. And it printed surprisingly well. So it just snaps in place. Just like the other one. It bends a little, it's a little flexible so that you can actually get it in there.
Sweet.
And I bought a UV curing light.
A
So
UV.
so it's actually fairly resistant. Vicente.
Hi, Vicente.
Hi, hello.
And because of the way it was designed to be, so I could put the Lego Technics connectors in there and
Yeah.
use it. It's a little tight. But it worked pretty well. And it's a fairly good clone of the original.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, it looks almost identical. The holes look bigger.
They're not.
They're
They
the
just
same?
looking. Yeah, they're actually a
Okay.
little. It's a little tight. It's actually a little. I have a feeling they'll loosen up over time. But you're in the waiting room again, Vicente. How did you do
Yeah.
that?
Use the twice.
Where'd it go? Here it is. So I bought this curing lamp with the little rotor table.
So it's just a UV light that with a rotating table?
Yep. And the really, really cool thing about this table, there's no batteries, there's no power to it. It gets its power from the UV lamp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Little solar table.
It's but I had it sitting out under normal light and it doesn't rotate. It rotated just fine under the UV light.
Ah,
Interesting.
And took about an hour to print that print. And I had it under the UV light for hour and 20 minutes maybe. So
Hmm.
it's turned out pretty good.
so how much power does that thing draw?
Says it's 60 watts.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's
Assuming
the
that's
price?
50% efficient, 30 watts of UV is a lot of energy.
So also you want to
And-
wear your UV glasses too.
Yeah.
They actually want you to build a box and line the inside of the box with aluminum foil. But I just did it. I just had it sitting out on the desk and let it cure it out on the desk.
So just pure luck. I used to work for a company called UV Technology, and we designed these really bright lamps for the printing industry. And after we designed them with these aluminum shutters and aluminum reflectors and stuff, we discovered that aluminum is like 99% efficient at reflecting UV and only like 80% for visible light. Just got lucky. And stainless steel is horrible. Stainless steel absorbs UV, sucks it up like a sponge.
Yeah, apparently they want you to line the like a cardboard box with aluminum foil and let the light bounce around inside the box. Do you know, let's see. Officially, I don't, somebody in one of the comments said that it was 60 watts. I don't actually see that. But I believe it's high powered because it's flipping bright.
Yeah, well, you definitely want to wear eye protection when you're.
Yeah.
And do you know what wavelength UV it is?
405.
Oh, so
Pretty
it's
short
just
wavelength.
barely UV. I used to be the GM for a company that manufactured excimer lasers, and we were at 308,
Okay.
and we had to be very, very careful because these were really high-powered lasers.
Yeah.
I mean, these lasers were 8 feet long, 6 feet high, and 4 feet wide. Dry weight without the capacitors, oil in the capacitors, I think they were 2,800 pounds. So, and the power lines coming from the AC source were roughly the size of a garden hose. So you had to be cautious around these. So what you got there, Vicente?
I'm working in the laser maker marker robot. I installed the camera. I don't know if you can see this. The ESP32 camera in the robot, using also Lego mechanics, Lego pieces.
What is the blue?
This
Painter's
is to
tape.
cover. It's a tape to cover the shiny.
Oh, to kill reflections. Okay.
Ultrasonic, yeah, because the lamp of the office reflects in these shiny surfaces and affect the algorithm to detect the brightest spot in the image. So I today I changed the gearbox of each motor. Instead of 1 to 10 is 1 to 100 revolutions. So it's slow. It moves slower because it was very hysterical moving. Now seeing something is moving toward the the brightest spot. This program is very simple. I just asking if the brightest point in the screen is to the right or to the left, and I move toward it. Okay, it's very simple thing. Now I don't know what is he's seeing. I need to adjust the minimum level, but look, this is working.
Still moves pretty quick.
Yes, and it's 10 times 10 times slower than the original motors. They release a new model that they call it Pro, and is with a new gear motor also, because the original is too fast to do anything. You remember I tried to keep it inside the track. I have to put almost one third of the speed to make it stay inside the track, and was too fast because one third of the speed is not enough power to move the motors. So it's a compromise between speed and power. So you need a robot with a very slow speed motors to control the. I don't know why it's turning around. It's like he's seeing all the time a brighter spot to the left and trying to reach it. Let me
Maybe you
turn
need
off.
another layer of painter's tape there.
Vicente has finally hit the, why is it not working?
What happens if you kill the room lights?
Yes.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It's still spinning around.
So the room lights aren't affecting it apparently.
Or maybe my algorithm of turning on and off the lights looks that is synchronized with the LEDs that are turning on and off. So maybe it see the LED light and try to move to reach it. Let me use more tape, more masking tape to cover the LED lamp. I need to change the angle of the camera, but now I am using these Lego parts that they are fixed, so nothing. I can move the camera.
Thingiverse has some customizable Lego pieces that you can change make your own Lego pieces to print.
No, but I can make all the piece complete, design it in the CAD, but I had no time to do that. But I will make a piece that has a adjustable angle and height to experiment with it, but I need time to do that. Let me use three tape, three masking tape layers, and check how it behaves. The first thing, I move forward to test the motors. Okay. And now I am waiting for the brightest spot in the screen. Now it's steady, you see? Okay, the lights start to reflect in my hand, you see, in my hand. I need to turn off this
There you go.
Yeah.
Now it's like a cat.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
need to I need to stop blinking the LEDs because they are interfere with the algorithm. I made in the program I check the frames per second, and I am counting the frames. So I am turning on the LEDs in the first 10 frames and turning off the LEDs in the last 15 frames. So you see the LED blinking at the frames rate, 25 frames in a second, 10 frames on, 15 frames off. But it was an experiment, but now it's interfering with my laser experiment. I don't need to turn on those lights to do this, but now I am only turning right and left. The idea is to go forward, but I need to estimate the distance to the spot and move proportional to the distance to go slow when I am close to the spot in some kind of PID control, so it will be smooth to follow the laser point. But it's working basically. Now it's affected by the reflex of the LEDs in the mat. You see?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Was a bad idea to keep them on, but I have let me show other experiment here. I have the same software running here.
Five minutes.
5 minutes.
Bye.
See the point here in the screen.
Yep.
This is the same software that is running in the robot, but without the LCD screen connected. Work in progress.
I put some links in the chat. Is that the library you're using? Or did you make your own library to do this?
What library?
I put a link in the chat
Uh-huh.
for a library I found that does object detection and color recognition and all kinds of stuff with the camera.
I am asking the camera to give me a frame.
Yeah.
Okay. In gray level. Okay, 160 pixels by 120 pixels.
Okay.
So I start in the corner, in the left upper corner, adding the 8 pixels, 9 pixels, 8 pixels around the pixel. I mean, I am adding 9 pixels to estimate the brightness of this spot. and I'm moving 1 pixel at a time and adding the 9 pixels around. And
Okay.
I'm doing that in all the screen. Okay. And then I will have the X and Y coordinates of the brightest spot in the screen. So I use these values to draw a red dot and the gray cross in my display. And I am using the X coordinate to decide where to move the robot.
Okay.
I have 160 values horizontally. So if the spot is above 80, I move in one direction. If the brightest spot is under 80, I turn in the other direction. I am not using libraries for that. Everything is
Yeah, you're
done by hand, you know?
you did it yourself. You
Yeah.
figured it all out.
Yeah. I am looking at the gray values of each pixel to
Okay.
calculate which is the brightest.
Well, this library that I found, it's
I check
pretty
it.
good.
Let me check.
It's pretty neat. It's the one that I had said I'm going to need to take pictures.
For object recognition. Yeah,
Well,
I have
it
this.
does all kinds of stuff. It does object
Yeah.
recognition and motion detection, and it does all line detection.
I saw it.
It does all kinds of stuff.
But
But
he used the expressive IDE, right? No Arduino.
no, he's using the Arduino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will check that.
It's that's the one that I used and got it to recognize red fairly well. It'll recognize red really nice.
Okay.
But he says right in his thing, you know, that camera needs a lot of light. So
Okay.
so under different lighting conditions, red doesn't get recognized as well. Hey Ray, what's up?
Ray.
Ray's eating goldfish.
I am copying the links.
Okay, baked Cheetos.
What?
Not goldfish. He's not a 3-year-old eating goldfish.
I love goldfish, and I'm not 3 years old.
My Thea loves goldfish, so I always joke around that when Patty buys goldfish that I eat food that an 8-year-old likes. I must be 8 years old because I like the same food.
Okay, I'm saving the links. Okay, done.
That piece stiffened up just while I was sitting here. It was fairly flexible.
So it's continued to cure.
It's continued to cure while we were sitting here.
You got your sun lamp on there,
No,
Leroy?
no, I just have my regular. It still fits in the thing. It's just that's kind of interesting. It continued to
Wait a minute.
That-
You got a new 3D printer?
I've had an SLA printer for a while. I've only used the SLA printer to mess around with. I actually found something that might be useful for the SLA printer. That's the original mount. That's the SLA printed mount.
Mhm.
Is it better?
Is it better? No, but since M5 Stack doesn't sell just the mount, you have to buy it with a kit. It is cheaper. Especially if I mean, I've got like, what do I have? 19 or 20 of these things. So if I want a mount for every one of them, I'm certainly not buying the kit because the kit comes with one of these. So I would need more of these.
You should start an eBay store.
The more of
M5
the,
mount.
the more of these I buy, the more of these I need. I can't take credit for that. That I found that on Thingiverse. But
Oh,
the guy,
man,
yeah,
it's
the
not that
guys,
difficult to design.
no, probably not. But the guy said that it would print with a FDM, and I
Mhm.
tried it. It's the pieces are just small and finicky, and
Yeah.
my printer didn't like it. I didn't. It just didn't like it. So I said, well, you know what probably would work good? I finally found a use for the SLA printer.
Well, that's great for like tiny little parts. Is yours the LCD version?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the $99 Crealities. Creality, forget which model it is. It's Micro Center had it on sale for a little bit less than $99. So of course I bought it because I don't want to pay retail for anything. So, but I printed some starships, and I printed a TARDIS out, and the TARDIS actually collapsed. The TARDIS never cured correctly, and it collapsed.
It's because it was too big inside.
Yeah, and it was holding all the resin inside of it. Yeah,
That was a good one.
it was too big inside. He's right. It was too big
Too big
inside.
inside.
I got the joke. I got the reference, but he's right. It was too big inside.
That was good.
Yeah, I was that was when I was still learning or trying to learn how to do stuff, and I had decided to leave the TARDIS hollow, which was a mistake because it should have been solid. It was full of uncured resin, and the uncured resin eventually ate through the semi-cured resin, and there was
Leaked.
resin everywhere. Yeah, it was pretty nasty. So I learned, I guess I did actually learn something. Don't do hollow models. Solidified the stupid things. But
So you just have to let it sit for a longer period of time in the UV, or how do you make it work?
You design stuff with holes in it.
yeah, well, see, I didn't realize. I was thinking that that resin printing was going to be similar to FDM, and so you can print stuff hollow or with honeycombs or whatever, and it's not like that at all. It's quite a bit different process. So, and even though it took like an hour to print this, it took another half hour, 40 minutes to do the cleanup, and then another hour and 20 minutes under the UV lamp, and then we've been sitting here for an hour, so it continued to do something.
So how does it cure in the absence of UV?
It doesn't.
So there's enough UV in your office there to continue to cure it?
I don't know what the process is, but it got pretty. It was still a little flexible. It's pretty solid now.
But you can left it in the sun for several hours. But
Hey, Leroy, do you have a happy light there?
A happy light?
It's one of those lights that puts out certain wavelengths from the sun so that you don't get, like lose
okay.
vitamin D.
Oh. Well, I was going to say the light ring that I do have does seem to have some UV in it.
Well, if it's fluorescent, it will.
Yeah. I think this is LED though. But I was doing something else and I took a picture and it showed up under with the camera. It looked like it was UV. It's a weird light. I don't like it, but it's, it's better than being dark in here, I guess, but I don't really like the light. And, I did buy, you didn't see it. You weren't here, Ray. I bought like a UV floodlight. But it, like Art said, it's right on the edge of UV.
This is a floodlight. I found it in a flood.
Cool.
Oh, really?
Ray, you're in a mood today, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to get back on the road again.
I delivered a laser machine today up at Austin Landing off I-75, Dayton Christian School. I can't believe I actually made it back here before 5:20.
Okay.
One of those days. Oh.
So you just did a delivery or did it install as well?
Oh, delivery, install, training, the whole deal.
What about the voltage? 120 or 240?
110.
110, okay.
I was surprised. It was actually a pretty quick day. Smart guy.
What?
That's the light that I've bought. Comes
That's
with
the
that.
light or the table?
Both.
Both. There's the light. There's a little table that it came with that
Rotate.
is,
So it's only $18 for the whole shooting match.
yeah, $20. It was $6, $7 to have it shipped. Not too bad.
You're gonna get cancer.
And it came, yeah. Well, that's a given. I'm messing with everything I've got in this house will give me cancer. So SLA printing is not great for you.
Gonna get cancer.
The fumes.
The fumes sitting there.
Probably the most dangerous thing you've got there is the can of Pepsi.
Oh. Wait a second.
What is that?
It's hologram. Hologram.
That is cool.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
a
remember-
rotating.
You guys remember the propeller clock things that they used to have?
Oh
Where it's got
yeah.
a whole series of lights down on one side, counterbalance, and you could spin it and it would show you. This is doing a horrible job of showing how actually beautiful this is. This the camera view that I'm seeing looks like trash. This looks amazing. All the colors that are in here, I mean, I'm seeing oranges and reds and fades, and that really looks like a dinosaur in here in the hologram. It actually looks really cool. So instead of just having like a row of 15 or 16 LEDs, this has RGB, probably 30 in a row. So it's doing a countdown now too.
Is it
And it's actually really cool.
is it programmable? Okay.
It's plugged into my USB right now. It'll take MP4 videos,
Okay.
GIFs, TIFFs, a whole bunch of crap. That's really neat. It costs $26
Where'd you find that at?
on eBay.
I want one.
And it comes with really great instructions.
Oh yeah.
How they call it?
That's it. There's instructions.
Turn it on and make it go. My
But it does come with an extra little stand. It's a injection molded, not laser cut. I don't think laser cut. A neat little stand. It might be laser cut. But it's got the neat little remote control for the holographic whatever. And it plays music. So I can tie it into
a McDonald's container.
there's Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Sorry. The color
It's-
on this looks like crap.
It's too bright. That's
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it looks all white from the screen.
For you guys, it looks, for me, I mean, this is, blue across here. This is all 15 different shades of yellow,
the
and with the like orange and red on the edges.
the
this
Santa
is a really good
Claus looked
picture.
pretty good, and something else looked pretty good, but it was a different color. Anything that's got blue or white in it, it's just washed out.
I don't know how would I get that to look better?
Mhm.
know.
Turn up the lights in the room.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly.
Oh
No, that's
no.
worse.
I said up, not down.
Turn up the lights.
More light, more light.
Yeah, your camera's white balance is off. Well, not off, but that's just an intense spot of light. So it turns it white.
Yeah. So what is that thing called? If I'm looking on eBay, or you can put a link to it if you got it.
Let me see. Under my eBay purchases. Because here we go. Oh no, it was $41.
Oh,
Sorry.
$20. Good. $40.
Oh, it was in Australian money, $40.
Oh.
Oh, so that's about 60 cents to the dollar. So it's about $24.
Yeah. My bank has this bad habit of charging me a foreign exchange fee though. So it doesn't pay to actually buy stuff from another country. Their exchange fee is way too high for
Exchange
my
fee.
liking.
Approximately $30.13.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Yeah, it's
we
got a little stand.
maybe we can find it. It's
Um,
in the States.
it does have a decent little, image. The coloring looks pretty good. But I went to visit a customer and he had a airplane, you know, like a little old vintage looking model biplane. He says, "But watch this," and he turns it on, and the propeller starts spinning. And I was like, "Oh, the LEDs on it probably shows a clock." And he's like, "Yes, it's a clock." I was like, "But it doesn't do anything else." Nope, no pictures, none of the other stuff, just the clock. Okay. So it comes with remote control, and I don't know why it comes with a micro SD adapter, but it did.
Probably because if you get to load videos into it, you need a way to do it.
No, it's plugged in through the USB cable, and there's no.
No US, there's no,
It's got a quarter 20 jack on it, so you can mount it on the wall or something. But
you sh-
So what's it called? How do we find this thing?
how do you
I
find this
looked up
thing?
PD13 and
Oh, I put it
didn't
in the
get
chat. I
You
put
did?
the- yeah,
But
Nope.
you didn't press enter.
I did.
There it is. 3D
Okay, here,
hologram.
everyone. There
Yeah.
you go. Now
There
goes
we
everyone.
go.
Ah,
Yeah, you've got it in there twice now. Yeah.
Yeah,
I only saw it once.
it's because the first time was only sent to
To Art.
AELSEAE. Ow. Now I sent to everyone. My bad. Forgive me, please.
You're forgiven.
I think I see that one for $32.99, but other ones that are different.
That's on eBay, Steve.
$30.13. There are some other ones. I like this one. It's $219 and you mount it to your wall and it does 60 centimeters. That thing's huge. And I'm sure it
Yeah,
vibrates
that's
your wall like nothing.
almost 2 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw some pretty cool ones. I saw some that they when I was in China, they had 3 or 4 of them together. The image was just crossing from one fan to the other, from one.
Okay.
It was pretty cool. They tied them together. That's neat. Plays little videos. But you know, that's my sharing topic for the week.
Nice.
I don't, if there's no SD card in it, I don't understand how it gets videos.
You download it through the USB.
So it's got to have a lot of memory then, because it's got a ton of animations going on right now.
It reduces that video down to 200 pixels square. Well, hopefully. It has handbrake built in.
Handbrake. The built-in handbrake.
I am
Oh,
surprised at the variety of costs for that thing.
that's what I was getting ready to say. There's one up here for $338.
I figured
Yeah.
out how to turn the brightness down.
Oh, that's better color.
I think it's on pause.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Here comes a Pikachu. Out of the McDonald's container.
Sorry. It's yellow, so I guess it appears to be brighter for the camera.
It's better than it was, though.
Can you show the side of the thing? Okay, it's a rotating array of LEDs.
It's one of those persistence of vision dealy
Uh-huh.
bobs.
Yes.
It's not really 3D. It
No, it's
create
just the
3D
video.
rotate
The video
rotating
makes it look
images.
3D. If I were to put static pictures on there, you just have
Yeah.
pictures. But still, I mean, considering you only have, 30 or so LEDs, RGBs, it's pretty good.
Yeah. And fast.
Yeah, that's definitely good.
And like I said, the picture here looks so much better than what the camera's showing.
Yeah, but you turn the brightness down. It's now at least you can see more of what it is you wanted to show off.
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
I paused it. I was gonna see if you go 5, 4. Wait.
Ah,
So
Happy New
Happy
Year!
New Year. Yeah. Rawr. So it was just my gift to me for the year. What I really wanted was a kit that I could solder together and build, do my own balancing and all that stuff. But I couldn't find a build kit, so I'm just gonna tear this one apart and put it back together. Okay. They used to have kits that you could buy to do this.
Crayola made one a long time ago that was more or less, it wasn't like it looked like a top of a crayon, but it had 30 or so LEDs that would spin around in it. I had one of those once, and I am fairly sure that those were hackable, that you could make it do things that Crayola didn't want you to do.
I'm not gonna stick my finger in there, but I took the cover off.
And
Ouch. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Anyway,
Okay.
those are fairly inexpensive.
you found a clock.
No, that's not a clock. That's that Crayola thing that that wand. You want that wand, you could draw on it as it's spinning around, you could draw on it and it would draw a picture out.
If I ever decide to stop by Maryland, that would be nice.
But I'm fairly sure that there was an Arduino or not an Arduino, an Atmega 328 in those, and you could hack them and get them to do other things. So those were a hackable thingamabob that did, well, slightly different format, but same idea. Spinning around LEDs.
Okay.
I think I have, I don't know. I don't know if I still have that or not.
Well, I guess I'm gonna need to find the software to this thing.
Yeah, so you could get one of these Crayola digital light designer things for about $25 to $30 shipped. Let's see if the instructions for hacking it are still. Yep. So you could hack it if you want. There's a Hackaday project that tells how to do it. Where'd everybody go?
We're still here. Just listen.
I'm just talking.
Next
I'm playing
topic.
with the dog.
That's cool, honey.
My little toy.
I like that. Oh, I like the snowman.
I was trying to show these guys, and the color just doesn't show through the camera very well at all.
McDonald's Happy Meal. Oh, Pokemon. I didn't know like that one.
Pikachu.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Pikachu. You're right. What are you doing?
I was trying to go through the different. Oh, that's a whole different one.
Santa.
Yeah, and then there's a countdown. I'm learning how the remote control works, and because I also was just going to download a picture into it, but
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know how to do that.
You talked about this. There you go. Oh,
All right.
tell them I said hi, by the way.
Oh, Carol says hi.
Hi, Carol.
Right.
Yeah, too late. She's gone now.
Well, I tried to say hi to her. I tried to wave at her, but she wasn't paying. She was paying more attention to your toy than the screen.
Yeah.
I finally found my 915 megahertz LoRa boards that I had lost, but I had bought replacements for because I couldn't find them. So, I haven't had a chance to play with these yet, but I was reading about them, and these may not be all that great. Apparently, you can't leave pins floating on these. You have to either ground or put voltage on them to make them do stuff.
No internal pull-ups, or can you assign an internal pull-up?
No. No. And when I've only got RX and TX to play with. So if I could make a little carrier board or something, and I have to decide what mode it's going to be in, I can't change it. But I guess it'll work. See if it works better than anything else I've got. And where'd it go? New M5 stack stuff is supposed to drop tomorrow.
Okay.
So we're going to
Mini
have
scales.
a QR code reader
Mini
tomorrow.
scales. Oh, nice.
That will be an I2C reader, and it has a little mirror on it, so you can point it down at the ground. And I'm sitting there going, I'm wondering how much they will want for that, because that might actually be useful. And then a mini scale, which might actually be useful. That's supposed to drop tomorrow. It's supposed to be in their store tomorrow.
You have the price or not yet?
Nope, don't know yet. Let's see. Let's see if we could maybe get a guesstimate. They've got a QR reader now. For the M5 Atom. And where'd it go? Let's see it. So the M5 Atom version of the QR reader is $50.
50.
And yeah, 50. 50. So I'm guessing, I'd make a guess that the other version, it's not standalone, the version that'll work with any of the I2C will probably be right in that same price range. It's just a guess. And let's see. The scale kit might be reasonable. They've got one by one.
They have the resolution, 5 kilograms, but what's the minimum weight?
Okay. Oh, did it?
You can use it to count stuff. You know how much weight 1 or 10.
Yeah.
So you can estimate any amount in a jar or something.
Well, now my connection to the store just dropped. Oh, there we go. So they've got a scale kit now, but it's a different kit. It's $14, but it'll also go up to 200 kilograms.
Wow.
So it's quite a different kit. So we'll see what they price us for, because both of those might be useful.
Wait.
find it. You have to wait till I got to talk to you at home.
Okay.
Also, the M5 AliExpress store has more reasonable shipping cost for the M5 dial. Instead of $12.50 to have it shipped on the AliExpress store, it's $7.50 to have it shipped. And their price actually, if you put more than one thing in the cart, it doesn't charge twice for the shipping.
Oh, great.
So I would say if you want to get an M5 dial, buy it from AliExpress because their shipping is hosed up on their website.
Now, are those actually stocked in China or are they stocked in the US?
China.
So they're actually shipping from China. Okay.
Yeah, but they're the actual M5 stack website charges $12.50 to have this shipped. Well, to have just the dial shipped, where AliExpress is charging $7.50 to have it shipped, which seems like a far more reasonable price for that thing. And like I said, that if you put two in the cart on the website, it charges double shipping. So it's almost $24 to have it shipped, or it is $24 to have it shipped. And if you put two of them in the AliExpress cart, it changes, I think it was $9 to have two of them shipped. So much, much, much better, reasonable shipping costs. So M5 Stack needs to fix their website is what I'm saying. Their website, the shipping cost on their website is just wrong.
Well, maybe that's what they want, you know.
Well, I have a feeling everything else on their website, if you put two or three items in the cart, it adjusts the price accordingly. I have a feeling somebody just screwed up when they entered. Then again, they could have made the shipping a little higher to curb demand because those were out of stock for a long time too. So they might have tried to. Seems like that was a high demand item for a while. Um, what's his name? Hang on. It'll come to me. Dum, 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 dum. This is something that you can do with one of the dials. Oh, he doesn't have pictures. Where's the pictures? It shows the phases of the sun on the dial. It's really
Depending
cool.
on the weather.
Yeah. It's really cool. Solar images. It basically shows those images on the dial. Formatted for the proper size and rotation and everything. So you get solar weather. And this guy, Armel, he makes a lot of ham radio stuff. There's rig control for the M5 stack. So you can control, forget what it is. One of the ham radios, the ICOMs. Yep. The ICOM IC7300, 705. You can control it from your M5 stack, which is cool. And there's a neat display.
Very nice.
He's one, if you've got some M5 stack stuff and an IC ICOM radio, you might want to play around with that. I'll put a link to him. All his stuff's open source. He said he saw somebody who was selling M5 stack stuff with the IC radio control software already installed on it and charging a fortune for it. And he said, in one of his Twitter posts, he said, "Don't buy it. It's a scam. Just go to my GitHub page and download the software. Go and pay $50 for the M5 stack device and put my software on it." So that's all I know, though. You guys aren't saying anything. Next week, we are supposed to be in person on the 4th. Me and Art have already talked, but I haven't heard anything from Jim. And obviously Jim isn't here. I don't know what's going on with him. Hopefully we'll know something next week. But if we don't get a meeting announcement next week, we will be at the library. I'll be there. I'll make sure I'm there.
Okay.
So at least somebody will be at the library.
What day is Thursday?
Yeah, it's the 4th.
Yeah, Thursday.
4.
The 4th. So what, according to the schedule, we are the 4th and
The 11th.
The 11th. Is it the 11th? Yep.
Will be in person.
We'll be in person. I hoping to find out or hear from Jim, see what's going on with Jim, but he's got us scheduled ahead until early March. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so I'll know, hopefully I'll know something, but I don't know anything now.
Well, I hope he's okay.
Yeah. But like I said, at least you guys will know we will be in person. I mean, I will go down there. They will let me in the room. They know me. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is the schedule as I know it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
It looks like in March. Looks like
We have
the 14th is kind of open on in March. Maybe.
Yeah. What's going on the 14th?
I don't know.
That's the Ides of March, or almost the Ides of March.
But it looks like, we're at least good for January and February.
Okay.
So I'll stick with that until I hear otherwise or know something.
When
else.
was the last time this one was updated? Was that 2 weeks ago?
Should have the time down at the bottom.
Yeah,
Or not.
there's a way to find out. I thought there was a way to find out.
Is there a file properties? Nope. Version history. No, file, version history.
Oh,
Or Control-Alt-Shift-H.
looks like the last update was December 14th. Yep.
Okay.
So that would have been,
That was 3 weeks ago.
yeah. That would have been the last meeting, the last live meeting. So. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's all I got, really. That's all I know. I know nothing. Are you going to be in town, Ray?
I don't know.
Ray doesn't know either.
I never know. I'm surprised I'm in town today.
But,
I really
but,
am.
but
Well,
you really
you weren't in the morning.
I was until 9 a.m. and I drove up there and came back. So
you act like Austin Boulevard is far away from you, though.
you never depending on the customer, I could have been there
I know
all night.
I know, Ray. Austin Boulevard, Austin Pike is just down the road from us, really.
It is. See,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Unless you're stuck there, then you're
Unless you're stuck there.
Angry.
or unless the cops are doing a high-speed chase again down Austin Boulevard and they've got it closed.
Really?
Yeah.
They actually close it for a high-speed chase?
I have heard them close roads because of the high-speed chases, yes. They try to wrangle a person, the pursuer, the one that they're pursuing, into a certain spot. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But and I think they also when they do the spike strips, I don't think they want to damage somebody's car that they're not supposed to.
Yeah, that would be a liability for the city, I would think.
Those things are like scissor arms. They can extend them out, and then cop on the other side pulls it out of the street.
Yeah.
So the cop behind the bad guy doesn't get his
get 'em.
tires punctured.
Yep.
Well, those things can be dangerous also because you can lose control if your tires are shredded.
I mean,
You're
that's kind of
gonna
the idea.
lose control.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The I don't know, I think I told you guys there's like a ring of car thieves down in Cincinnati. So they're chasing these car thieves all the time. It's usually at night, late night, but they'll hit 100, 120 miles an hour down the highway, easy, chasing these guys. And they try to wrangle them off into certain spots. So they line cops up on the highway or whatever and try to funnel them down into spots where they can spike strip them. But it's fun to listen to them. So
Well, if your car is stolen and your tires are all shredded, that's not exactly a win for the person who's the victim.
No, I mean, technically speaking, they're supposed to have insurance, and as long as someone gets charged, they should pay.
There aren't exclusions for that kind of an activity in the insurance policies.
Only if you steal it yourself.
Okay.
If my car gets stolen, I hope they total it.
Yeah. Yeah. The a lot of the car thefts that I hear, they're stealing them off of dealer lots. They're stealing the cars from dealers. They're not stealing the cars from individuals. So maybe dealers
They don't want used cars.
They don't mind if they're
They-
used. They just have to be really nice.
yeah.
They need new ones.
Yeah, there's certain models of cars that are hot cars that
Literally.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they take them right off
It's
the lots.
like someone order a model and brand.
They
And they
haven't
go
filled
both
my
ways.
order yet.
Now there was one that I heard that the car had gotten repoed and the lady stole her car back from the repo lot. She just went in with another key and drove through the fence and drove her car out of the repo area. That
Yeah,
one
that
was
one
fun.
is funny.
Yeah, that one was fun to listen to. Cops were not happy about that one because she was doing over 100 down the highway and she had two small kids in the car with her that they didn't know about, so they pitted her. So that was They were not happy about that.
I had many years ago, I had a repo guy. I mean, he was the one that took the truck out and repoed the cars and so forth and so on. I'll tell you, I would not like to mess around with him. I think he weighed about 300 pounds and probably was the guy in the bar that says, "Do not mess with me," across his forehead.
All you gotta do if you run into a repo guy, you tell him this will turn violent. And then by law, he is not allowed to repossess your vehicle. Okay.
Oh,
If he is only allowed to repossess a vehicle if he can contain the situation and not become violent.
So
I
I
get to
missed
learn a lot
possession
about
once.
repo stuff lately.
This was in New Jersey, as I recall. New Jersey is kind of like,
You expect violence.
yes.
Now, my next door neighbor here at the business, he sells trailers. So a couple weeks ago, he sold a trailer, and the guy bounced the check. Okay, so as it is with trailers, what they do is they'll hold the title. They won't actually transfer the title until well after the checks are cleared and all that stuff. Well, the person that bought it actually did a little bit of work to it and sold it to another company, to a third company. They got paid. They didn't have the title. They didn't have legal ownership, but they went ahead and sold it anyway and bounced their own check. So my next door, the neighbor guy decides, hey, I'm going to go talk to Westchester Police. Talks to them, and Westchester Police is like, well, if you have legal ownership, you've got the actual title, you have the manufacturer certificate, all this stuff, then it's your property. And he's got video of the people coming in, he's got the check that bounced, the whole deal. And the Westchester Police is like, hey, all you gotta do is peacefully go there, hook it up to your trailer, your truck, and take it back to your place. And we can't take it for you and seize it for you, but this is what you do. So my neighbor went, hooked up to it, brought it back to the place. So the third party company that had bought the trailer, they got a temporary tag for it. Turns out, I didn't know, but you can get a temporary tag for darn near anything without a title. Because
Really?
it's like, hey, I need a tag for this while I'm waiting for the title to come to me.
Yep.
You're allowed to get a title for it. So the Bureau of Motor Vehicles and Middletown Police came here on my property for the trailer. They cut the cables off, cut the locks off, and at gunpoint arrested my neighbor, claiming grand theft auto, a bunch of other stuff, and took him to jail. Interesting.
Well,
So Westchester Police is like, hey, this is how you do it. You want to do it right? Let's do it this way. Middletown Police is like, no, this is theft. They did not do a proper investigation. So now my neighbor has two lawyers, and he's like, Ray, it's kind of neat that this happened, because in about a year, I'm going to have $500,000.
Interesting.
So this is a small trailer, or like
it's an 18-foot fully enclosed, decked out vendor trailer.
so this is like an RV trailer, basically.
It ain't no toy. Yeah.
So we're probably talking something north of $50,000, I would assume.
Nah.
No. As
Just
a
anything over $1,000. I think now it's $1,200, but
No, I'm talking about the one in Ray's example.
over $20,000, I think. But it is right over 20,000. I don't know more than that. So I was just telling him, hey, I'm glad I wasn't over there to get upset at anybody. But I mean, the first thing I would have done was, the guy shows up, he's got no warrant. He says he's doing an investigation. He's with the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. He does not have a police badge, and he's here to seize my vehicle. I'm like, you're going to swallow the end of my pistol or the end of my rifle until we have a police officer here that has a warrant. And I'm a nice guy. I really am. I swear to God. I want you guys to believe I'm a nice person.
You hear on the scanner every now and then a repo guy will get somewhere and need the cops to come because somebody's being irate or something, but they want the cops there while they're repossessing some of these cars. So
well, the cops aren't there to be repossessed, people.
no,
No,
they're there
just-
to contain the situation.
Yeah, well,
How much do these repo guys get anyway?
it's a portion of what the asset is worth, or sometimes it's just a collection fee.
Okay.
It's not much.
Well, I know this guy that lived next door to me many years ago. I mean, he wasn't living the grand life, but on the other hand, he wasn't pushing around a shopping cart either. I mean, he had a nice home and, was obviously making a living.
Now, my family on my mother's side, they were the car thieves. They've gone to prison for car theft. Unfortunately, I know enough about car theft that I want to stay away from it, stay out of it. So, yeah, my advice to y'all: stay out of car theft.
I don't want
Okay.
I don't want to theft cars.
So you're recommending alternative career paths.
Different career. Yeah.
Ray's recommending following the law.
Follow the law, y'all.
All right. Well, it's after 7, guys.
Okay.
I am sure dinner is ready. But
Yep, same here.
Been nice spending more time with you guys.
yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hopefully I see everybody.
next year. See you
Yep.
next year.
See you next
See,
year.
see you next year. Have a great New Year's. Great
You-
and safe New
You
Year's.
too.
You too. Nice, Ray.
Good night,
Okay.
folks.
Night.
Bye.